Social media real estate research. Got a lot of clients that will text me, call me, saying, "Hey, hi, I've looked up this house." And I'm like, "Well, what are you pre for?" "Oh, I'm pre for 350, but this house is for 400. I can get it for $800, $1,200 a month."
We have buyers that go on all the media sites that we know of, and it'll say this house for sale for X, monthly payment $900, and it seems so good to be true. And most buyers don't know. There's a little button there next to the payment. If you hover over it or click on it, it gives you more detail. It usually shows this is assuming 30% down.
Right.
This is assuming, and they put an interest or home insurance payment of $20 a month, which is unrealistic. They put property taxes that are just.
So we know that that's not true. Every state is different, and everybody that's putting something down, we got debt to income ratio that we have to consider. So
what I tell people is, I get calls all the time, like you probably do, and see this house and it says the payment's $1,000, and then they talk to someone like me, and I'm like, well, no, the payments are only going to be $2,000. You know, our buyers might not be putting 30% down; they're putting 5% down.
Well, then I get that influx back saying,
mad.
"Wait a minute."
Yeah. So it's good to, if you're a buyer, talk to your realtor, talk to your loan person, give them the address, tell them your loan parameters. What is my realistic payment? Because people always want to know, what's the most I'm approved for? Or what am I doing with this? That part doesn't matter. It's what do you want? What's the most you want your house payment to be? And then we work backwards from there.
Right.
Because those sites, they put in really cheap insurance, really cheap taxes. They put an interest rate from 2 years ago when they're way less. And it's not realistic. And then they put in their 30 or 40% down. If you're doing that, great. A lot of our buyers aren't.
Well,
so,
even in putting that down, does that also include that maybe that appraisal might be waived, and there might be some, short steps that they might be able to take, or?
Yeah, I mean, if you're putting a huge down payment down, yes, underwriting, an appraisal waiver possibly, you save $500 some dollars on appraisal. There's a benefit there and all that stuff. But as far as our buyers are concerned, I think the biggest thing is knowing realistically, what would my house payment be on that house? This website says it's gonna be $900, and I'm like, and someone like me is like, nah, it's gonna be $1,700 with their situation.
Right, and they get mad at me because I'm showing them a house that they think that they can afford.
Yeah. So my advice would be I always tell my people, when you're shopping for houses, when you see an address you like, a price range you're pre-approved for, send us the address. I'll tell you what your payment's going to be with your specific situation. It's going to be different for an 800 score versus 680 versus 640.
Right.
Are you putting 20% down? Are you putting 5% down? Property taxes. What area is it in? All these things play a factor.
Because Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana,
they're all different. Are you buying a condo? Is there HOA fees? You got to factor that in. So what's my payment going to be? Don't rely on some of these third-party websites. They're just in it for clicks, advertising, third-party. They just want you to click and contact us. Talk to your realtor, talk to your local mortgage person to get a realistic mortgage payment for your specific situation.
And it's also very important for realtors to talk to your mortgage lenders to know where your clients are at. So you've heard it, folks. It's come from Scott Simpson from Intrust Mortgage. I'm Claudine Andrews with eXp Realty. We'll talk to you next time.